Hey everybody, Adam And here. I just wanted to introduce the new dynamic treasure maps. So the first part of this video, I'm just going to get to how to create one of these quickly for our seers and game masters. Then I'll circle back and talk a little bit about implementation details. But the two aspects that make these treasure maps dynamic are the loot and the location. The area that we're having our current quest right now, you can see we've set up a tavern and some deco. We're on Dagger Island, and you know, on Siege and Angel Island we live on Felucca, but because Trammel is not populated, we will often grab sections of Trammel to have our quests and events. So we're here on Dagger Island, and so the locations, about 6,000 of them, are all here on Dagger Island. And I'll come back at the end and talk a little bit about how we get, you know, all those locations and in a specific area. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about how we modify the loot to fit our purposes, to fit the quest, right? So basically, creating one of these maps is really simple. You know, a regular treasure map is called a treasure map. These are called TreasureMapQuest, and we're going to create a level 1. And then it's going to be on the map Trammel. And this here is the database of points for Dagger Island. Okay, and we'll talk more about that later. And this last field here is the container that contains the rares that you want to put into the treasure chest. Our algorithm selects one thing from this pack. You could do it differently. You could select all the things in the pack or two things, whatever. But here we have two, you know, really nice weapons. We actually wouldn't be giving these. These are mine, but they're really high end. So the objective here is to spawn a level 1 chest with level 1 loot. We don't really care about that loot. And then we want to add to that one of the rares from this container. And when you create the map, it actually makes a duplicate. It finds this item in world and then duplicates it and puts it on the internal map. Right, so the thing in your backpack now is only used temporarily. The map makes a copy of it, and then when the treasure is dug up, it deletes that container and everything that's in it, and only gives the player the one thing that was selected randomly from the pack. Okay, so let's just try it, see how it goes. So we're going to add one of these things, and there it is. So now we have a treasure map that is tied to Dagger Island and has associated with it a treasure chest which contains one of our rares. Okay, and again, this is an implementation detail. For our quest, we did not want to require cartography. And that's only for the quest. In Siege and Angel Island, of course, if you're going to be a treasure hunter, you need cartography. But for a quest, you can change that up a little bit. And quite frankly, you know, treasure maps are just a lot of fun. You know, you got to go find it. If you're smart, you grab a sextant and you dig it up, and it's kind of a surprise. So we didn't want, for the quest, we did not want to require cartography, nor did we want to require lock picking. So both of those things are handed to you for this quest. Although there is still a really mild trap on the chest, but that's, you know, that's pretty mild, and you'll survive it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and decode this map. I'm double clicking it now. All right. I don't have it 100% of the time to make it a little more interesting. Okay, so we're over here on the far side of the island. All right, so we're just going to go there. And in case you don't recognize this, I overloaded the teleport command. So anything that has a destination in it, like a recall rune, a teleporter, a treasure map, anything like that, I've modified tele so that if you just target the thing, it'll just take you to where that thing is pointing. So we're going to cheat here and go directly over there to where the treasure is. All right, nifty. Okay, so we're here, and we're going to go ahead and dig up this treasure. Double click the shovel, target the map, target the location. I have sound turned off, by the way, a little bit annoying sometimes. Okay, so now here we got our chest. Now if we open it up, we're going to find all the standard loot for a level 1 chest, and there's our rare right there. So that's the general mechanism. That's how you create one of these things. You add your own loot to it, and it's specific to an area that you define. Okay, so now just a little bit of detail for those that are interested. So adding the loot is conceptually simple. I mean, you can see what I did there, but getting the locations, we have a couple of tools. One of them is called stretched rectangle. And basically you target an area. So I did that today on Dagger Island. It took me about 20 minutes to capture about 6,000 treasure map locations. A treasure map location is just basically a spawnable location, which means a player can get there, stand there. It's not you know, in a tree or on a rock or something. So about 6,000 locations for Dagger Island alone. So you compare that to OSI's 200 locations for their entire map. It's you know, for OSI, a lot of us used to just, you know, go to a rune library and somebody had all 200 locations already marked. So you can't, it's not really practical to do that using this type of a system. There are just too many locations. So you actually have to get, you know, a sextant, or, you know, be pretty good at reading the map and go dig this thing up. So there you go. I mean, you have a 1 in 6,000 chance of hitting this guy again. Okay, so that's really it. A little background on our tools. So we have the stretch rectangle, which continually grows a rectangle. When you target an area, it just keeps working until it hits a wall. Like the water would be a wall, rocks would be a wall, and once it's created the largest rectangle possible, it spits it out, and then we plug it into this tool here. So in this tool, I was able to get all of these wrecks, right? Just pop them in, just type them in here. And 20 minutes later, I had 17 rectangles that defined all of Dagger Island and about 6,000 or 7,000 locations, 6,500 locations. And we then take these rectangles and enumerate the items, I'm sorry, the 2D locations and save them to a little database, a binary file, which is it's actually pretty small. It's small, easy to load, and so we load it dynamically once when the first treasure map is decoded. I mean, when it's created, and then we'll keep it around for the remainder of the server session. But we won't load it again until, like, if we don't run this quest again, then we won't load it again. It's only loaded the first time and then cached. Okay, so I think that covers it. So we have a database of 2D points. So that's this guy here, and then we have a serial number of a container which contains the rares, and then we go. The rest of the TreasureMapQuest object is very similar. It's really the same as a treasure map. We just overload the GetRandomLocation, and then we put a hook in there to capture when the chest is created, and then we drop in the rare. Okay, that's it. Hope you find this useful. See ya.